We're here with Yvonne Potter of Britannia Antiques, our very first vintage dealer. We are so excited to have her on. We'll be back later this afternoon at 2:30 and 3:30 with some other really great designers, so stay tuned for that. And if you have a question for Yvonne, we will be checking Twitter throughout the broadcast, so all you have to do is tweet at Closetista TV. I have my computer handily off screen, and we will answer your questions. So the first piece I want to talk about is this really lovely dead stock locket with rhinestones. It's from the 60s. It's in perfect condition because it's dead stock. Can you tell us exactly what dead stock means?
Well, it's been sitting basically in some box or in the manufacturer's warehouse. It's been sitting there. It hasn't moved. They've obviously mass-produced it in the 60s or whenever it happened, and it somehow got into the hands of a dealer, and then the dealer sold it to me, and boom, it's in perfect condition. It's looking beautiful. If we take a look at it, it's 18 karat gold plated. It's
like brand new.
It's absolutely brand new, sparkling condition, and you know, you could put your beautiful pictures in there. You
a
can
lock
put
of your beloved hair.
You can put little,
very Victorian.
Exactly. You can put so many wonderful things inside. Little, you know, flowers. If you get a flower from your loved one, you can put a little petal in there. There's so many things that you can put in there, and that's really special. I've been selling out of them so much. They're obviously really good price as compared to other prices that, you know, if it was real gold, then obviously we have a higher price point. But I just think it's fun. It's easy to wear. Boom, you put it on, and you have your loved one with you all the time.
It's only $55 too, which is amazing for something that is technically brand new, but from the 60s.
And the original locket price, as if you didn't know it was a locket.
Just in case you couldn't tell, it is a locket. It's so special. Why do you think lockets are doing so well right now?
Well, there's this whole fashion trend started out in California, and obviously some celebrities worn something like this, and boom, everybody wants to have a locket. But the issue with vintage is it's one of a kind, so you really will find it very difficult to find someone who actually is wearing the same thing. So it's not mass produced, and you can't really buy it in a you know, main street store. So.
And that's one of the great things about vintage is all of this is one of a kind. You will not find it anywhere else, and I think that makes it so special because you're not going to bump into anyone who has the exact same earrings or the exact same ring, and you go to H&M and you probably will bump into the same person with that piece. And
this will last for a very, very long time. Obviously, when you want to clean it, just pop a bit of Windex on a cloth, wipe it down, but obviously don't swim in the sea with it.
Swim in the sea.
But just enjoy. The whole point of vintage jewelry is to enjoy it and cherish it and pass it down. That's the whole point.
Yeah. Well, this is not jewelry, but it is something that is just so special and so unique. It's from the 40s. It's a compact. It's $75. There's so many different little elements on here, which is great. There's a little compartment for powder with a mirror. There's a little compartment, as indicated by the cigarette,
for rolled cigarettes.
For rolled cigarettes.
Not that many women smoke nowadays, but I thought maybe you could put a business card in there.
It's a nice size, you know, for any of that.
Several forms of paper with your phone number on it, just in case you meet a significant future other.
A very lovely gentleman. And this is so nice. A little tube for lipstick.
Yeah, you can put some lip balm in there if you're rather apprehensive to use a smashing, vibrant color. But you know, there's so many things. I just love it. You know, going clubbing, going to a nice little dinner party. It's a great start to conversation. You know, different. Always be different from everybody else. You don't want to be run of the mill, and that's what's really wonderful about vintage. And I'm so thrilled that you've branched out into that because. There is so much there to learn and to collect and actually continue having a value on everything. It's not going to, you know, go beneath the price level, you know, as such. So that's the beauty.
Oh yes, and it's so lovely. Do you think compacts obviously were much more prevalent in the 40s and 50s? I'm sure. Do you see that you're seeing more of those when you're sourcing?
My Asian clients love them. They love everything that's small and finicky and tiny. They could pop it on their mantle, or they could put it on their bedroom table. And as I said, it's a topic of discussion from the very beginning. If you come in, I mean, everybody's home is tight. It's tight in space now, and it's a commodity. So you want to keep things to a small minimum.
Yes.
But then you've got this wow jewelry in some of these pieces, and you need to have somewhat of a temperament to wear them and be a bit more outgoing with a ram, with a cross, or with a cameo. It's you have to be a bit more flamboyant.
Dramatic.
Drama.
This piece is dramatic, but it's kind of a smaller package, and it's Kenneth Lane, who is, of course, one of the preeminent costume jewelers. It's from the 60s, and it's gorgeous. It's $175, and it has this really nice little hinge on the side, which is such a great detail because it makes it so easy to just pop on your wrist and you're ready to go.
Don't forget the ring that's Kenneth Lane as well.
Can you tell us about him and kind of why he's so important? I know he's very popular with collectors because his pieces are beyond so comparison. Great.
And these are the vintage pieces. You'll see a lot of them out and about, but obviously prices, it varies as to condition. But here we've got really perfect condition. I want to make it clear that everything here is 18 karat gold plated. Ken always use the finest products for his jewels, and it's hard to come by because they usually scratch. So many people have worn them to such an extent that the glass could be scratched. But here I've made sure that these were absolutely pristine condition. And the cut looks like absolutely real,
emerald cut diamond.
An emerald cut diamond. But it's just a cocktail ring that you can pop. If you've got beautiful slender fingers, then you can wear a leather glove, put that on. Or if you have a manicured hand, then you can. It looks just extraordinary on either one of these fingers. This one as well is from the 60s. It's not signed, but. I just love the idea of the sort of Adam and Eve stroke, very, tempestuous lady or gentleman who would like to wear something like that.
And this is $125. It's such a great price, and it's just got the most amazing level of detail.
It has.
Which is really remarkable because it's so small.
Yeah, I've seen those. They can retail from anywhere from 500 upwards for the authentic gold one. But this is 18 karat gold plated. The pearls in perfect condition, as are the stones and the little rhinestones there. I think they're all glass, but still very good condition for what they were. This was bought at an estate sale in Connecticut, where I'm usually at, and researching beautiful pieces. But it came from a lady who was a supermodel in the 40s, and she just always had an eclectic taste.
The best pieces.
This also belongs to her. This ram. It's a very fun piece. Obviously, it's been copied 60 billion times over and mass-produced, but nothing is as unique as this one.
Right.
I absolutely love it. It's my favorite piece of everything I've had
Really?
here. It is.
Why?
Because it's different, and I love the fact that people will always start commenting on it before they've actually begun to meet me, or before they've met me. They're like, wow, that's an interesting piece, and then I explain why, and I just love the rhinestones on it. Again, perfect condition. I use one of these diamond magnifying glasses to look. When I find a piece, I make sure that every single piece I have has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Basically, I want to make sure that every rhinestone's in place, that nothing's popped out or been replaced, the enamel's still intact. And these can be bought at any really good jewelry display store for peanuts, but it's definitely worthwhile when people are collecting or beginning to search for items, that they look through these and make sure that everything is in perfect condition, because it's hard parting with your hard-earned cash for something that might not be that value, but you really need to do research, and you need to do research on the spot while you're out there looking for things.
And I think that's really good advice, because you see pretty sparkly things and you're immediately struck, oh, it's so beautiful, but then you get home and you see, oh, it has a giant scratch that I wasn't paying attention
I've been
to.
there.
I'm sure that happens all the time.
All the time. But I've learned my lesson, and that's why it's better investing in $10 than making a big mistake and parting with a lot of money.
Right. No,
because
I
they
think
go
that's
for a
great
lot
advice.
of money.
Right.
Exactly. So.
The last piece I do want to talk about is this really beautiful Albert Weiss brooch from the 50s.
Oh,
it's
I love
65, and it has the most remarkable coloring because it's crystals, but it has this aurora borealis effect.
Exactly. It's
Beautiful
a very
colors.
delicate.
It catches the
Not
light so
everybody
nicely.
wants this va-va-voom piece, but I think with a black dress or midnight blue dress or on a jacket like your own that you've got, you pop it further. Yeah, exactly. And then it's just, again, it's a nice little discussion piece, and you just want to be different from everybody else. You don't want to have the run-of-the-mill items, and those are, again, I've gone through the magnifying glass on each single stone to make sure that none of them are scratched. They do retail for a bit less when they're scratched,
right.
But at the end of the day, that can't be repaired unless you totally take the stone out and then cut on above it again.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a lot of
like
work.
a lot of work.
Exactly. So you make sure that it's always packaged efficiently in cotton so that it has room to breathe. That's very important. But you know, with stones, you have to make sure that they're always in very good condition so they keep the value.
No, I think that's really good advice, and sometimes it's not something that you would always notice until after the fact, again, because you might just be dazzled by the beautiful stones, and then you realize they're really imperfect or they're strange irregularities. But before we run out of time, I do want to talk about you a little bit and how you got into this, and just sort of how you started.
My mother's in Portobello Road in London, and she's been there for many years, and I've always watched other vendors selling costume jewellery and antiques, and I've been fascinated. I mean, I've done my degree, I've worked in corporate America, but at the same time, I've loved this, and I've always invested in this. So when my friends were out and about, clubbing, night clubbing, drinking till God knows what hour, I've been out there on the field from 4 o'clock in the morning, finding things, dressed in slacks and, you know, barber, just going out there looking for things and spending my hard-earned cash, and now I'm reaping the benefits. I'm really enjoying it. I'm meeting a vast array of people. I've been doing this for 3 years on and off, and I love it. I absolutely love this business, and I think this is just the beginning for you and me.
Yes, no, and I think your passion definitely shows in your pieces because they are all so special and so unique and really can fit a whole wide range of personalities, whether you like a statement piece or whether you want something more delicate. It kind of all exists in your world, which I think is really nice and important. But thank you so much for being here. We're very happy to have you. And again, all of this is one of a kind. If you wait too long, it will not be there. I promise you, somebody's going to buy it. And yes, our intern definitely will. And we'll see you later this afternoon. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.